was wishing harm on me. What the fuck? That's fucking psycho that they think that that's not fucking wishing harm on someone. Fuck you, Twitter. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Just getting everything set up. What up, party people on Twitch? How's it going? Let me get over there real quick. Fucking share that to fucking Twitter. Why does it keep fucking doing that? How's everybody's day going? Send, 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 send. Send. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Like and follow, subscribe, turn the bell on, rumble about it, kick about it. Twitch. That guy. Tommy. That chick. Mikey. dude. Second Kirk cousin. Old cousin. If you guys want me to like react to any crazy shit going on, basically all I'm gonna fucking talk about is fucking Bill Gates. If anybody else has anything cool to fucking watch or react to or some fucking crazy bit of news or something. Still says there's two in here. Why ain't you saying nothing? That's not cool. It says there's two fucking people in here. But there's nobody there. Doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. Whatever, bro. Oh my god, dude. Fucking bots.
Tonight is going to be a fun stream. I've been snooping. I've been snooping on all these billionaires, assholes, all these Epstein friends, all these shitheads.
Yeah, I downloaded all the files too, so I've been going through them on my own time.
A way better place to find them. You've probably already seen this. A lot of you have probably already seen this resource. But if you don't know, the way that they give you these drops are in these like zip files with a bunch of different folders, and it's really hard to access the files the way they give them to you. So some legend on X.
When you've got a classic ride, you make time to work on it.
I don't have his profile up anymore. But a fucking legend made Epstein-files-browser.furcell.app. I'm gonna find his page so we can give him a proper shout out.
Epstein. Files. Browser. Vercel.
I saved it, so it won't take me long. Because someone doing this kind of the Lord's work here needs a proper shout out. Reese Sullivan on X, doing the Lord's work, giving the files to the people. So, Reese Sullivan, give this man a follow, support his work, RHYSSULLIVAN, and he made this viewer for us that puts all the files in one place that's nice and scrollable. Most of them are just crime scene footage, so to speak, from the island. A lot of naked statues, a lot of naked paintings, a lot of really fucked up pictures, a lot of blacked out CSAM I'm going to be kind of careful to try to just scroll right past all that, and we're going to get down to the people. And but you can kind of get the sense for what it is, and then you get into this. It's, I think in the download, it's the final file. It's file number 7, I believe it is. Is where all the people are. And it starts here, and it's got photos like this, and you'll see black boxes on a lot of the photos.
Yeah, dude, look at this.
And we don't have a lot of information here. We don't have a lot of information on exactly what is what. But
What the fuck?
Based on not having a lot of information, I'm led to assume that the black boxes are the faces of victims and minors. Because they're not blacking out the faces of all the pedos and the perps and the friends and the billionaires and the scientists and the bankers and everybody else. They're not blacking out the faces of overage women that are the wives of high-profile individuals. They're not blacking out the face of Ghislaine. So it leads me to assume that when you see a blacked out face in a photo, that's probably a victim. Not necessarily, but
Fuck
probably.
is that?
Yes, this photo gives us very bad vibes. So we'll get away from it. A lot of these, I mean, these photos are from like largely from the early 2000s. A lot of them are kind of low quality, but later on, there's some that are higher quality. And a lot of them are vacation photos. We get a little bit of corroboration of Jeffrey Epstein playing. We're not going to hear and scroll through every single one because that's kind of boring. What we're going to do is we're going to go to my notes where I've extracted all of the people that I can identify in these photos. Groovy? And we'll start pinning the tail on the billionaire. Pin the tail on the pedo. So sound good? Should we play guessing games? Should we see if you guys can guess the names before we get to them? These ones are easy because I've actually given the answers on screen already. They're right there. You can already tell these couple because I wasn't organized in my note taking at the start. But I think we're going to play little guessing games. I'm going to give you guys some opportunities to see if chat has their Epstein knowledge really up to date. Because some of these people you guys might know. Some of you really like informed folks. Some of you old hat researchers, you'll probably know some of these folks. And some of them will be kind of obscure, though important in certain ways. We're going to get to know the Edge dinners quite well, the Edge conferences. We'll talk more about the Edge conferences later. And I do just want to highlight that we have photos of Ghislaine flying helicopters, which is a big part of the lore, that Ghislaine has a pilot's license and she can fly helicopters. And if you know about...
Is that fucking
the
Steven
island,
Tyler?
the way they got girls on and off of the island.
Or no, it's Mick Jagger.
Yeah. The helicopter license is very significant. Not just for the island, for the ranch as well. But, yeah, helicopters do not have flight logs. That is correct. That is correct, dude. Yes. And that shit is sketchy as hell in all directions. But we've got Ghislaine flying the helicopters. All right. First pop quiz.
Oh, what the fuck happened?
I bet no one recognizes this guy. But this is from a trip to Puerto Rico. And Jeffrey Epstein's making friends with Acevedo Vila, who I believe was the governor of Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what they call it technically. Acevedo Vila. Anibal Acevedo Vila, governor of Puerto Rico from 2005 to 2009. Hanging out, having a dandy old time. Okay, here's a slightly easier one that's a little bit more significant. You're not late at all, homie. You're pulling in right as we're getting started. Yeah, I speak Spanish. That's why I know I'm saying it right. Spanish is easy to speak. Yeah, they did a whole trip to Puerto Rico that is documented in these photos. There's photos of other folks from there. We'll get back to a few of those a little later. Yeah, Cronkite. You guys got it. You guys got it. I had to dig around. I didn't know this one right off the top of my head, but that is Walter Cronkite right there. Yes, indeed. Good old Walter Cronkite. Classic. Classic. Walter Cronkite is way before my day.
Oh, fuck,
But
why
he
did I
was
do
a
that?
famous CBS anchorman in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Can't leave the classics out of our little game, eh? And again, let's reiterate our disclaimer. Just because he's in photos with pedos doesn't mean he's a pedo. Okay? I'm probably going to stop saying that word. I'm probably going to start saying, what's a good word? What's a good safe word instead of this? Instead of this P word?
What the fuck?
A P-file? A pita bread? Yeah, we got pita bread all up in here. A pizza lover. Hey, a pizza lover. You know, technically, pizza lover denotes which gender we're talking about, if I'm not mistaken. Cut. Maps. Yeah. So technically, pizza refers to Obama's direction of swang. Pizza refers to the reason why I don't think that old Barry here is in these specific files. If you know what I'm putting down. If you're picking up what I'm putting down.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about PDFs. That's what we'll talk about. The Pete's. We got a few Pete's, but I don't know if these are Pete's or not.
Really?
Okay, just to be clear,
Oh.
just to clarify for everybody. But sitting next to Walter Cronkite is a much tougher one. Anybody know who this guy is? That guy, I'm pretty sure, I'm relatively sure, is Juan Pablo Molinier. This guy right here. Rich motherfucker. An interior designer. Hanging out with Walter and Jeffy Boy. he looks like a Pete. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, pop quiz time. Pop quiz time. All the Epstein aficionados will know who this guy is. But not many other people will. Anybody know who this guy is and what his job was? Juan Pablo Montoya, you're mixing up your names there. This guy is, what's his name, Larry, I believe? We got a couple photos for you to reference here. And you'll notice, although it's going to be hard for me to always show, what I'll do is I'll pull my window up so that I can try to remember to show the, you can see the reference number for each photo. I tried to get it in every single photo so that way you can source what we're looking at. I'll try to remember to show it in case people want to source them when they watch this back. And his name is Larry Vysotsky, and he is Epstein's pilot. He is the pilot of the Lolita Express for much of the time. He looks like a Larry. Yes, indeed. Not Larry Ellison. No. Not Larry Ellison of Oracle. That's a whole different PD. This is Larry Vysotsky, the pilot of Lolita Express. Real scumbag. Real good at looking the other way, ain't you, Larry? Yeah. Alright, I just made a video about this guy this morning. I was reacting to Asmongold this morning, and we dug into this guy and the whole network of things that this guy opens up when you learn about people like this. I feel like our music is a little... Oh, it's because it's shuffling. Like, we're a little high-strung for Epstein Files right now. A little too much. Gary Wicknick? No. No. That guy is this guy right here. I'll bet money on it. But allegedly, he's this guy right here. And that is Daniel Hillis. And this is Daniel Hillis hanging out with a whole bunch of smart people. You might notice our boy back here. You might notice our boy Jeff. As well as Steven Pinker, John Brockman, Katinka Matson, Daniel Dennett, Richard Dawkins. This photo, I'm pretty sure, comes from one of the first TED conferences. It might be an Edge conference, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the first TED conferences. And I want to look into the connection of TED and Edge, because Epstein funded a bunch of the Edge conferences. And once we get into Edge conferences, all bets are off. The Edge Billionaires Dinner is an annual dinner, and you can go to their website and look through their annual galleries of photos of all of their rich billionaire assholes giggling and laughing and having drinks on Jeffrey Epstein's dime, as well as I'm sure other assholes' dimes. And what it is it's a conference for rich people that like to fly to Jeffrey Epstein's island and take his money. And maybe do other stuff. If you remember the Ann Wojcicki story,
Fuck.
Ann Wojcicki goes to these conferences. If you use the Google, Sergey Brin goes to these conferences. There's all kinds of folks that like to go to edge parties. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Mr. Sergey? Yeah. Lucy Page? I don't know. She's probably Larry Page's daughter, but I don't know. But this is Edge Billionaires Dinner 2011 right here. This is Edge Billionaires Dinner 2005. It's been going on for ages. And Jeffrey Epstein is a big sponsor. He was a big sponsor of Edge. Gave a bunch of money, and he would troll Edge for scientists that he could fund.
Don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Internet today.
Being for all hair types.
Formulas targeted to your hair type.
Straight or fine.
Wavy or frizzy.
Curly.
Coily or dry.
We're for all hair types.
Unlock your best hair yet. Being for being you. Available exclusively from Walmart.
This is my comeback.
Oh my God, hurry the fuck up, dude.
global.edu/dreamjob.
Hottie with pull-ups featuring Disney. Install and go.
God,
To
dude.
make a name for herself.
Urban Tracker. Reporting in.
Because scientists need... money. And Jeffrey Epstein loves scientists. Here he is all the way back in 1999. Before the towers fell. Back before the old towers came down. Back when he was flying around with Billy Boy. I guess technically this is before he was really flying a lot with Billy Boy, but you know how it is. You know how it is. This is 1999. And you got Joichi Ito, his good buddy from MIT, there as well that year. We'll come back to the Edge dinners quite a bit. But for now, let's take a quick stop off on some photos that aren't actually in the main drop, but they're going around right now. Remember what black squares tend to indicate? Not always. Not always. But if I don't recognize that guy right there, I don't even know what's going on. There's an awful lot of black squares in that photo. None in this
Shoulder's
photo.
killing me.
But there is one in that photo. Yeah. So now we'll move on to the meat of the matter, the main event here.
Bill.
And you'll kind of notice different events, different nights, different sections. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Chad is saying they don't look young. I don't know. Personally, if you've seen my video about it, I am more convinced
Welcome
by
to the
Trump
stream.
is gay
If you're a bot, go the fuck
than
away.
by that Trump was peeting around with the little girls theory. Just my personal opinion. I think it's hilarious. And honestly, I think there's more than zero evidence to back it up. I think the Roy Cohn connection... So the Bubba stuff is interesting and it's hilarious, but actually I think the real evidence is there when you start looking into Roy Cohn. Just my opinion, and I'm not sure of that. I'm not making any accusations. I'm just saying. There's more than a 0% chance that Trump don't swing that way. But let's get on to what we do have in the box. We got Clinton and Jeff. And we got some homies. I wasn't able to figure out who the guy on the right is, but the guy on the left, I'm pretty sure we got the guy on the left. Anybody know who the guy on the left is? The guy on the left is Doug Band. Almost certainly. Douglas J. Band. He was deputy assistant to President Bill Clinton in the White House and later counselor to President Bill Clinton. He was the key architect of the Clinton post-presidency, and he helped create the Clinton Global Initiative, which would explain why he's at this dinner, because this was from the trip, I'm pretty sure, when they were first getting the Clinton Global Initiative off the ground. They were flying around with all their celebrity buddies. And Doug J. Band wasn't missing out on that party. No, sir. Silk and all. There's lots more to dig into about Doug Band. But when you get into this darkness here, who's this guy? Who's this guy next to Clinton and Jeff? This one was tricky. This one was tricky to track down. You can barely even see this motherfucker. But I'd be willing to bet. Who's that? Who's that this guy's hanging out with? Who is that this guy's hanging out with? Ron Burkle. Hanging out with the Diddy. I'd be willing to bet that that's Ron Burkle. You guys think I'm right? You guys think I'm right? Do you think that's Ron Burkle in there? Allegedly? Possibly? Just maybe.
Bro, that's for sure him. That's
Mr.
exactly
Burkle
his face.
Getting it down with the Mr. Diggs. Did he do it? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's Ron Burkle hanging out. He's an American businessman, co-founder, managing partner of the Ukaipa Companies, private investment firm. Likes to throw money around and go to sketchy-ass parties, apparently. I purposely put the early life check in here, but I don't think the early life check checked out. This one's funny. Oh, this one's funny as hell. There's a hint in this photograph. There's a hint in the photograph of who this man is. Does anybody know who this is? Someone's got to know who this man is. Do I like Wikipedia or Grokpedia more? I don't know what Grokpedia is. Do you mean Grok or do you mean Wikipedia? Is there an actual Grokpedia? The Segway guy. Yeah, dog. It's the Segway guy. This dude invented Segways, and he's getting real cozy with Ghislaine on his Segway. Obviously, I'm not accusing him of any wrongdoing. He's just showing off his little toys with Ghislaine. But Dean Kamen, that's who that is. He's an American engineer, inventor, and businessman, and is known for the invention of the Segway and the iBot. Whoa, back in the day. Hey, shout out to Scotty Ellison for gifting some subs. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate it. This boy's the Segway guy. Look at him just showing off his Segways in photo number 3215. I just thought that was funny. Not alleging any wrongdoing, but he's in the wrong photo. He took the wrong Segway tour. Let's just say that. Let's leave it at that, eh? Let's just park it at that. This guy was tricky. This guy was tricky. Photo number 3296. This dude's tricky. I guarantee you none of you guys know who this is. I'm not even entirely sure who this is. But I'm pretty sure, I suspect that his name is Umar Zabralov. And I think he's this guy. I think he's this one. This one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, hey, look what parties he likes to go to. That's him hiding right back there. Might suggest that we might be on the right track. If he likes to hang out at these kinds of parties, he's hiding right there beside the D-Did. Besides the diddler. So you tell me, you think is that guy this guy? I think he might be. I think he might be. And he's a Russian multimillionaire, and a politician, an advisor to Sergei Prikodko, the assistant to the president of Russia. So he's an important Russian motherfucker. Back in 2004 to 2009. And ever since, I'm sure. I mean, back then, he wasn't that old. You gotta remember that these photos are of all these people when they were younger. Based on where this photo appears in the lineup, it's probably 2002 era-ish. Do an AI nose recognition scan on him. Don't worry, bro, I did. I've been honing my hunting skills. Check this one out. This one is some hunting. We pinpointed this motherfucker. There is a hint in the photo, and it's right here. That right there, that's a hint. And he's hanging out with Jeffy. And I'm pretty sure that this motherfucker is that motherfucker right there. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker is that motherfucker right there. Dude has a hard job. Hard job protecting the president when this is your president you gotta protect. But I'm pretty sure that's Clinton's Secret Service because this is from the Clinton Global Initiative trip. When they're setting up all their Africa shit. I'm pretty sure that's that guy. And I think, yeah, I pinned one more. That guy right there, behind Bill. This is in some Middle Eastern nation where they're showing off their shit. That guy, right there. That guy, right there. I don't know his name. We don't need to dox the Secret Service, homie. He ain't doing nothing wrong. He's just trying to do his job, and he's got a shitty job. At least I presume he's not doing anything wrong. But bro deserves a meal for having such a shitty job. So, let's remember not to rag on everyone necessarily.
Welcome to the
100%.
stream, everybody. If you're just joining
Some
us,
of
I'm
them are
just
just
fucking
dead.
watching some Epstein shit.
Some of them just have the ill fortune
Until
to be
later.
photographed with this asshole. But we did snipe that motherfucker. Gotcha. And it provides context that Secret Service was on the trip with old Bill. Yeah, he doesn't look unhappy. But to be fair, like, when you're having a nice dinner with, like, fancy people, you know, he's not working too hard right now. So, cut him some slack, okay? Cut him some slack. He's doing a hard job. Of course, we got our boy Chris Tucker. Everyone knows who Chris Tucker is. This is from the same Clinton trip. I think it was 02. Might have been 03. Might have been 01. I forget. It was right after Clinton left the White House. And that's our boy. Straight out of rush hour. We got a couple of photos of him. And you can't help but notice that some of those photos have black boxes. Yeah, that's awkward. That is awkward. Photo 3331. I see a black box. And if you're just getting in here, one can only assume the black boxes seem to indicate a victim. They seem to indicate a minor or a victim. Someone whose identity they're protecting, and the only people who have black boxes seem to be women, girls. And they're not every woman. They're not the wives of the perps. They're not the powerful women. They're not the older women. It's the girls. So when you see the black boxes, you're looking probably at a victim. And the victims weren't on all the trips. They're not at all the locations. They're not at every photo location. Like the Edge conference dinners, for example. He probably took underage girls or young girls to a lot of the Edge conferences, but probably not to all of them. And maybe to all of them. Who knows? But when you do see a black box, that's pretty much telling you one thing. Yeah, not all minors, but mostly all still victims. Sorry, Jackie, you're caught up in the mix here. You got a shitty industry, bro. I'm not gonna dig into Jackie. I don't know if Jackie's a shithead or not. But this is where we get to a brief
What's up,
stint of a
Solzian?
lot of black boxes with our boy Clinton,
Not
with
shit,
our boy
just hanging out.
Spacey.
Fucking watching some Epstein bullshit.
And you can just tell.
Shit's pretty
You
crazy.
can tell. I have seen this photo without the redaction. She's fucking an underage girl. She's definitely an underage girl. It's really whack.
How's your day going?
To see behind the black boxes makes this so much more fucked up and so much more real.
I
This
think they're
girl
all
is
full of
definitely not
bullshit,
older
bro.
than
They're all
16.
fucking pedophiles.
Doesn't look that way.
I think they're all
And
pedophiles. Everybody.
For him to just be that fucking chilling while he's looking straight into the camera is just so insane that they just think they are untouchable. They are apparently untouchable. To this day, this motherfucker's walking free.
He
Not
was-
only after committing
he
these
was a
crimes
fucking
as just a
monster,
regular
that's for
human
sure.
committing these crimes, but after bringing such shame to our nation and to the office of the president, and obviously he's not the
God, I
only
wish that
one.
would lay
Obviously
down.
they're all into this
So
shit,
annoying.
allegedly. But man, it's so fucked up that he would just stare straight into the camera and pose for this photo. You piece of shit, Bill. I hope you burn in hell. This photo is the red herring. I made a whole video about it this morning. This photo is not related to the Epstein files. It seems like it got thrown in there to throw everybody off and to make everybody focus on Michael Jackson. It's Michael Jackson,
Yeah, dude.
Diana Ross,
I believe
and their kids.
everybody's
These
a
are their own
pedophile,
children.
basically. Everybody in
I
power,
don't even
anyway.
believe that this
I think
photo
every government,
has to do
every
with Epstein.
fucking,
As far as I'm
everybody's a
aware,
pedophile,
there's a
basically.
woman that actually was there when this photo was taken, I believe, or has knowledge of the moment, and she made an Instagram
Yeah, I don't like
video
that
about
shit
it.
either.
It's going all around. I made a whole YouTube video about it that you can go watch on my YouTube.
It's
Both
fucking
debunking the
fucked
Michael
up.
Jackson
That's
peak
for sure.
narrative, as well as debunking the nature of this photo, and digging into the guy we talked about earlier and the Edge conferences.
Yeah, I fucking hate pedophiles,
This
bro.
one is
I had a
tricky one.
pedophile come into my store
This one's
one day,
interesting.
and he
If
was
you're
like,
up to date on your Epstein lore, you might recognize this man.
he was just getting
Obviously
shit.
not the twin
He
in
would
the
come
right
in like
hands
every fucking
on the
day,
motorcycle, but
and I
the
knew he
other
was a
guy
pedophile.
that looked,
And
equally funny.
he like lives right next to a fucking
He looks
school and shit.
familiar.
And I just
Who is
fucking,
he?
I was like,
Who
dude,
is this man?
the best thing for you to do
Razor
is
Ramon?
to leave
No.
and never come
Mafia?
back, because I know what you are, and I feel
Bradley
like
Cooper's dad.
any of you should kill themselves.
So I'm not 100% on this one. But
He was
pretty
registered.
sure
He was a
that
registered
this
sex
is
offender, yeah.
actually Jeffrey's brother, Mark.
He fucked so what he did was he was like abusing kids and like taking videos and photos of them and shit and selling it online, and also transporting the original photos over state lines and shit, and he got caught somehow, and they found his fucking stash, arrested him. He fucking did like 10 years, and now he lives right next to a fucking school. And well, that's the thing. Like, they don't care. Nobody cares. They think that they're like fucked up in the head, and yeah, they are. But at the same time, if you're gonna be that fucked up in the head, you don't need to be part of fucking society. You need to be put on like a fucking island somewhere with fucking tigers and leopards and fucking big ass elephants to fucking kill you. Like, we should invent time travel for the sole purpose of punishment. And we should send child molesters and sex abusers to the fucking Paleolithic age and have them getting eaten by fucking T-Rexes and shit. Yeah, me too, dude. Me fucking too. I swear to God, dude. I would be the executioner, bro. I would gladly take that job. And I would just come up with different ways. Like, every time it would be different. It would just be different and then different and then... Like, it would just increase and fucking terrifying manner every time. I would get an iron bowl and cook like 10 of them in it. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's because people don't fucking care, and then their families will defend them to their last breath, and I'm like, just shoot them. Why don't, once they get into prison, who cares what happens to them? Like, to be honest, who fucking cares? If they don't care enough to fucking not rape little kids, and they can fucking abuse people and fucking just ruin their entire fucking existence over wanting to get their nut off, it's just fucking stupid, bro. Like, those people shouldn't be in fucking society. And anybody that thinks it's okay to fucking marry an 8-year-old shouldn't be in fucking society. Fuck, I don't even hope that. I hope they just fucking kill them. Like, just come up with different fucked up ways to kill them, and hopefully they'll, get the fucking picture and stop fucking little kids. It's fucking stupid. Like, they do that in other fucking countries. Every time there's, a fucking pedophile case or anything over in, fucking Brazil and shit, those motherfuckers get hogtied to the back of a truck and drugged through a fucking cobblestone road or some shit. Like, they fucking... Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, bro, you might have had trauma. I have trauma, but that doesn't mean that it made me want to fuck little kids. Like... I don't even like 18 or 19-year-olds. They're fucking annoying too. I hate little kids. The only kids that I actually like are my own. Most kids are annoying as fuck. Like, why would, that's what I don't get about it. Like, I get that it's a fucking, whatever, a fucking mental illness. But I just don't even I don't fucking know, bro. They're just fucked up. They all need to fucking die. If you can't handle yourself in society, you shouldn't be part of society. And if you bring your society that's super duper shitty, yeah, exactly. That's like my fucking, one of my fucking ancestors. He was a big, huge piece of shit. And he got put in jail for it, and he got took out for good fucking behavior. Like, you didn't fuck a kid multiple fucking times, bro. You demon from hell. That's what they are. They're fucking Satan. It's like Satan takes over their fucking brain. Because that's like the most evil thing you can fucking do. And that was back in like the fucking 80s and 90s, dude. He got put in jail in the 80s and he got let out in the 90s, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, it's fucked up. It is definitely fucked up. I have no sympathy for any of those motherfuckers. See what's going on with
sure
this.
that this is Mark Epstein when he was much, much younger. And check this out. That face,
Yeah.
age it by like, you know, a trillion years, and I'm pretty sure it's this guy. I'm pretty sure it's Mark Epstein. Right? Right? Keep the nose.
Turns out, caffeine can be tasty.
God. I hate this shit. I need to fucking buy premium, but I just don't have the money for it. Fucking gayer and shit, son. It's just fucking fucked up, bro. It's so fucked up. Okay, I remember what I was doing now.
You could say Domino's new spicy chicken bacon recipe.
God. You too, man. Later, bro.
And also just peep like the similarities, the vibes. These are brothers. And it makes more sense now, right? And every hit I could get, everything I could find, it all just kept coming back to Mark Epstein. Although I can't find a whole lot of other photos of Mark when he's younger. But I'm pretty sure that this is Mark when he's younger. What do you think, guys? Did I do good? Did we do good? I think we did good. I think this is Mark and Jeffrey Epstein. And Mark is still out there walking around a free man, even though he was involved in the properties, he was involved in the business. He knew an awful lot. He was covering for the Bubba comments in public. Bro knows some shit. And he's just out there walking free. I bet he's even got legal protection from those plea deals and shit. If I'm being perfectly honest, I bet that Mark has legal protection from our own government.
Fucking probably, bro.
Because fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. And his whole family. Fuck his mama and his papa and his goddamn brother. All of them. Alright. This one's tricky. I don't think anyone's going to get this one. Yeah, and the midget horse he rode in on. For real. Jeez. Those memes are amazing, by the way. Yeah, this one is real tricky. But I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Steve Gottlieb. He's a music executive. Do you see it? If he's younger? A younger Steve Gottlieb. Did I bring in another Steve Gottlieb? No? I'm pretty sure that this is a younger Steve Gottlieb. Steve Gottlieb music. He's a former music executive. He's founder and CEO of Shindig, a platform for online video chat events. Let me pull up his photos, because his photos are actually pretty fucking funny. So there's a few other Gottliebs that get in the way here. But this guy right here, he's done a lot of different hairstyles. This guy right here, right? I think that's that guy. Right? Right? What do you think? Do you see it? Not exactly the same nose. Maybe. This one looks a little less pronounced. But I'm pretty confident. I think it's probably the same guy. And to be clear, I'm not just like randomly guessing and like spitballing on the internet. I got secret tools that I use. I got a couple different types of secret tools that we use to try to hunt these things down. So we're not just like throwing random darts at the board. And then we have certain ways that we can double check and confirm. And you can't always get it 100%, especially if the photo's not high quality. But I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Men do also use cosmetics, that's true. Especially vain assholes. We all know this guy. We all know Mickey Boy Jagger, hanging out with President Bill and Ghislaine Maxwell and the whole team. Everybody knows Mick Jagger. Dude's still performing to this day. Hopefully that's all he's doing to this day. You be good, Mick. All right? We're gonna just hold out. Oh, God damn it! There's a black box in that photo. Just can't have anything nice around here. Fucking Pete's everywhere. Allegedly. Damn it, Mick. Yeah, Gigi is not pleased, Mick. Gigi does not approve. Not approve. Should not have put your arm around that woman. Okay. This one, if you're up to date on your lore, you'll know who this guy is. But this one's tricky. Hey, Gigi, go lay down. Go. Lie down. Anybody picking up on who this guy is yet? Jason Statham. No, not true. Not true.
That's what I was thinking too.
He is not Jason Statham, but that is funny. Yeah, Gigi's in the chat. We got Gigi's in the chat. Yeah, you do not need a shot collar for your dog. You just need to know how to train it. Dogs love having a job, and they love getting treats. And training is really good for you, too, because it'll teach you how emotionally unregulated you are, men. Or it'll teach you how much you lack your center and assertion, women. And it'll teach you a lot about life. And obviously I just did some generalizing, but those are usually the things that get in the way of men and women with dog training. And this man, I don't know if he's got his emotions in check or not, but he decided to date Ghislaine Maxwell for like 7 years. Her wealthy ex-lover's getting drugged through the mud. This guy's name is Ted Waite, the philanthropist founder of the Waite Foundation. They actually spelled his name wrong. It has 2 T's. But in 2003, Ms. Maxwell began a 7-year romantic relationship with him. She attended Chelsea Clinton's 2010 wedding as Mr. Waite's guest and later helped him obtain and renovate a luxury yacht. The Plan B. That's a fucking name for a yacht, don't you think? He looks like Mossad? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Okay, he does have Wikipedia. Does he have an early life check? He does not have an early life check that's easy. He's from Iowa. So, not likely. Not likely. Father had a cattle ranch in Sioux City, Iowa.
Gosh, this thing's getting hard. Fuck.
So I don't think the early life check hits. I think he's probably not Mossad. But who knows? I don't know. I ain't in the business of calling everybody Mossad. But I am in the business of calling this guy an asshole. Fuck this guy. Okay, this photo's been going around. You all know who this is. So this guy is Jean-Luc Brunel. He's a Pete. He's a French Pete. Jean-Luc Brunel, the French Pete, ran the modeling industry there, was one of Epstein's main connections to France for a long time before he mysteriously died in prison right when Epstein's whole shindig was going down. And this guy right here is Brett Ratner. And old Brett has been bad. Brett is fucking it up in the news right now because of this photo. Because journalists cued in on this photo and realized that Brett Ratner is the director of the Melania Trump movie. Why is it that Donald Trump's wife, that Donald Trump is getting Brett Ratner to direct his movie when this is Brett Ratner? What's going on here? That's not good. That's not a good look. That is a bad look. That is a bad look. Whoopsies. Brett is not having a good day. Not having a good day at all. Yeah, that's awkward. This reporting is from yesterday. Brand new reporting, because it just came out. And journalists wasted no time queuing in on this and stoking the whole political thing. Maybe he was just gay. Could be. Could be. Except that Jean-Luc Brunel was not. We do not believe that Jean-Luc Brunel was. Jean-Luc Brunel was an animal that abused a whole bunch of young girls and went to prison for it. And yeah, just Tiana, we know that Baron's live. I can't always wait for no one else to be live. Sometimes I just gotta stream. Sometimes you just gotta do it. But I don't take any offense if you go and watch Baron. Baron's the man. Did Trump blow Bubba? I think that's not out of the question. I don't think it's out of the question. Baron is Baron Coleman. He's doing great reporting on all things Charlie Kirk, as well as a lot of other great stories. I think he's this year's top YouTube rising star. Baron Coleman, total legend. He's got a background in law, and he's a dad to like a gazillion kids, and he's a cool dude. And he's streaming right now. Real Baron Podcast on YouTube if you want to go check him out. Okay, now we get back to the Edge conferences. These ones were tricky. They're dark, they're hard to pin down, but I think that once you triangulate a couple of things, you can triangulate that these are Edge conference photos, and then you could triangulate who's in the photos. And this guy's nose, you cannot miss motherfucker's nose right here. Look at that nose. Ain't no missing that nose. Yeah, who is this motherfucker? His name is George Dyson, and he's a nonfiction author and historian of technology. And obviously, you can't miss the nose. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. I ain't wrong.
No.
Not one bit. And you go to the Edge dinners, and he actually gets attributed in this photo. But here they get him right. Next to Jeff Bezos, George Dyson. This is Mr. Dyson right here. With Bob Guccione. And this is from Edge Billionaires Dinner. Oh, it cut off the year. I don't know what year this is from. But, so because he's an author, American nonfiction author, he writes about science and artificial intelligence, communication systems, and space exploration. That helped me cue in on who's this guy in the photo right before. And I wasn't so sure who this guy was in the photo right before. I wasn't getting a lot of hits. But once I found out that Dyson was in the other photo, I'm pretty sure that's Marty Asher, who's a publicist for Random House. House's then CEO Bob Bernstein. And so I'm pretty sure this is Marty Asher, the publicist from Random House, at the Edge conference with Dyson, his buddy. And that means, that means that this guy right here in the yellow suit, that's John Brockman, who I believe is the founder of Edge. He's in all the photos. You can't miss him. Do I have more John Brockman? No? That's John Brockman, I'm pretty sure. And learning about the Edge conferences unlocks a huge piece of the Epstein story. Because, yes, he was trafficking girls. Yes, he was doing all this messed up PD shit. But he was also courting scientists and technologists. And that's where you unlock the Peter Thiel story. That's where you unlock a lot of the tech companies, startups that have Epstein tendrils snaking throughout them. That's where you catch a lot of the people that took his money and abused girls with him that have gone on to do important things in the future. That's where you catch people like the Google co-founders philandering around. The Edge conferences are very significant to dig into. And this guy looks like the same guy, but he's not. Because he's his brother, Freeman Dyson. And he's a physicist, a theoretical physicist and mathematician who does a bunch of work in quantum field, random matrices, all that shit, nuclear physics, engineering. So the Dyson Bros.
Daytona floor jacks or jack stands, built tough for every lift. Only at Harbor Freight.
Thinking about your next big move? Realtor.com's housing forecast has you covered. Our forecast gives expert insights on 2026 home prices, rent, rates, and more. Get the full report at Realtor.com/housing forecast.
For you uncontrolled nasal polyp sufferers, Dupixent is an add-on treatment that invites you to go beyond. Dupixent goes beyond your nasal polyps by helping block a key.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe the Dyson Bros are good guys. Remember, the Edge conferences, these are just places for really smart motherfuckers to gather around, and they just have the unfortunate nature of them is they were funded by Epstein, largely. Not all, but largely. And so you can't just assume that everyone at the Edge conferences is a fucked up perv. But you can assume that they probably saw signs that Epstein was a fucked up perv, probably. When you read into the reporting, that was a wild comment. I'm not reading that one out loud. Chat's getting unhinged over here. Quantum physics might be bullshit, you're right. And I obviously know, because I'm super smart, but it might be. So who's this guy with Freeman? I'm pretty sure it's Robert Trivers. Right? Robert? I'm pretty sure that's Robert Trivers.
Yep.
Evolutionary biologist, professor of anthropology, Edge
Definitely
attendee.
him.
So I'm pretty sure that's Robert Trivers, because we're in an Edge conference right here. Oh, I just gave away the GOAT. This guy was hard. Tricky one. I think we're still at the Edge conference, but I didn't find him at any Edge conference. I didn't exactly find him. He might be going to Edges. But I'm pretty sure that's Benoit Mandelbrot, a famous mathematician and polymath. So I'm pretty sure that he was attending the Edge dinners too, based upon where this photo appears in the sequence. No idea if he's a piece of shit or not. Might be a perfectly normal guy. So let's not jump to conclusions. And especially with the Edge dinners, is the Edge dinners aren't necessarily a bunch of billionaire assholes. It might just be a bunch of smart motherfuckers that are too autistic to know when to not attend the conference. You know? So, let's, cut them a little slack. Cut these physicists and shit a little slack. This gal, on the other hand, might be a little harder to cut slack. We got a black box. I think we know what kind of person is behind that black box. And who is this lady? Does anybody know who this lady is? It's not Fergie. I saw someone say nice GameStop posts on Reddit over the years. You mean me? Yeah, I purposely left my Reddit up so that people could see, for the sake of transparency, so people could see me being a retarded GameStop investor for a long time. It's not Fergie Ferg. That, I'm pretty fucking sure, is Sarah Ferguson. Oh, yeah, that Fergie. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That is Fergie. Yeah, that's Sarah Ferguson right there. Don't you think? Tell me I'm wrong. I dare you. That's a younger Sarah Ferguson. who was with Prince Andrew in the past.
Do I play
100%.
DayZ?
And they might
Yeah.
not be getting back together, but
Yeah, I have
it
it
sure
downloaded.
looks like she knew what was
I
going on.
don't really know how to play it that well, but yeah, I'll play it.
Right? We got 2 black box photos with her. That's a little awkward. A little awkward. Because let's not get it twisted. There was a lot of fucking evil women in these circles, too. A lot of
That
evil
shit should
women.
be in the title. Pretty sure it is.
That enabled this,
Maybe.
that were essential to this whole operation. Someone said this is
that's wrong.
Virginia.
Hold
I don't
on.
know if this is Virginia or not. In all the photos I've seen, Virginia had longer hair, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of space for a blonde bun to hide behind this box, but who knows? I personally, I don't think this is Virginia, but I don't know. Yeah, black boxes probably indicate victims and underage girls. Probably. And maybe some of the boxes will be removed. I've seen
Let me make sure that's it. Yes.
some of the photos without the censor boxes, but I wouldn't put them on stream. I have no interest in putting that on stream. It's fucked up. It's super fucked up to see how young some of these girls are. It's real sad. This one is wild. Kind of hard to track down, but there's a whole story behind this one. And there's some context clues
Yo.
in the photo. Anybody know who this is? Or know what his relationship to Jeff Epstein?
This. For some reason, I feel like I've talked to you already. Good enough for me. Yeah, I just need to fucking charge him, bro. I added you to the party. Blood.
No way. That shit's funny. Okay, that shit's funny.
What up?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get in this trader with my buddy. No, I'm friends with you on my alt account. I think FanFan is the one that introduced me to you.
Say that again?
FanFan? Is that your friends with his buddy on?
Oh, okay, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, me and him. I'm trying to get him to play DayZ, but I don't think he can do it.
I don't have any of the DLC or anything.
I'm playing Chernobyl right now, so I'm almost dead though, so that kind of sucks. Where's he at?
Yeah, I like fucking DayZ because it's the only PS4 game that's fucking keyboard and mouse.
It's a decent game. I like it because I can run around and stuff, but it does get annoying being killed and then having to do my crap again.
Yeah, I liked Arma a whole lot.
Yeah, he's my buddy in the party. He plays Arma a lot. He plays Arma before.
I play Armor, DayZ, World of Warships.
I'm sitting beside the tree, so.
Hold on. One second.
What up, buddy?
There's the bunker door.
Turns off and looking. Oh, see shit. Yeah, I'm sick.
Don't get me sick.
That's that cold. That's all it is.
They're pretty.
Oh, that is good crazy now.
The double pretty. I've never done any PvP on it.
It's pretty fun. But you get trolled by somebody. It's not fun to get shooting away. Too much. We had a buddy that was trolling us, and he poxed our area, and then like when my other homie at the time had died, he started trying to pox me, so I shoved him away.
Nice.
I was telling him, I was like, well, I'm not gonna die. I found the button.